you just started your business, or maybe you haven't reached the success that you've wanted yet, keep going and keep sharing where you are going.
Monet is a scam. So if you are watching a video and somebody starts talking about you need to commit to your hair growth journey and to using these products every single day, you're getting scammed, babes.
I was deep in Monat'. It took me about a year and a half as the veil started to lift, but it wasn't until the end of December 2021 that I'm like, I gotta get out of this thing. This is a cult. These are pyramid schemes.
Or even comparing Oliveda to Monat is not a marketing tactic we should use, because here's the thing, Oliveda is in a completely different tier than Monat'. Like, we're so superior. It's like comparing Walmart to Prada. Like, it can't be compared.
The Ordinettas maxed out Monat' credit cards and their personal luxury lifestyle, including private airplanes, expensive dinners, and luxurious travel and accommodation, including a $50,000 room service bill in Dubai, for example.
He claims here in this document that the Urdaneta family operated like a mafia family and an unprincipled syndicate.
However, when Luis and Ray learned that McMillan hosted a Zoom holiday toast with some existing and former employees and independent contractor market partners, they terminated McMillan's daughter as an employee of Monat' and threatened not to pay McMillan the money he was owed.
According to the Ordinettas, Monat' products are irrelevant. Ooh.
Company revenue 2021 to 2022 we were told that it was like around $800 million, okay? The company leader has said that it's $200 million. I'm assuming that was in reference to 2023. If that's the case, that's a $600 million drop.
I think that it could come off in a very almost desperate way. And I think sometimes it is.
Why aren't you having Monat' screens? Like, how do they compare to Monat' screens?
Ray describes Monat' to be more like a cult than a business.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Clown Town. I'm Gus.
I'm Val, it's nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. Whether it's your first time here or you're returning, thank you so much. It really means a lot that you have chosen to spend your time at this here YouTube channel.
So today we are going to be checking in on some of the Monat' girlies. We haven't really checked in on Monat' in a while, so we had a feeling there is something. We knew we'd find something, and we did. So we're excited.
Hi everybody, us from the future here. We actually filmed the footage that you were watching a few months ago, and it was relevant until the lawsuit came.
Bum bum. That freaking lawsuit. Pretty much what we're gonna do, we're gonna let all of that play. We're gonna see what we had to say before Monat' went down. And then we are going to run through play by play what happened with the lawsuit, what happened with people leaving and not leaving, etc.
The Monat' witch is not in Monat' anymore, and she's not even a witch. She has denounced being a witch for being a Christian.
If I may, she is a Lift Tree People Christian.
In the description, we're also going to be including some videos that really helped us out with understanding what's happening currently, 2 from Savannah Marie and 1 from CD Beauty Hunter, aka Christine.
So the top 10 for 2023 Monat' has been released. When we recorded this video, we were talking about the standings from 2022. At the end of the video, we will give you a look at what the 2023 standings look like.
We're just gonna let ourselves from the past talk, and then we'll see how wrong we were, shall we? All right, back to past us.
Lots of income claims, so we are going to be looking at the income disclosure statement. Lots of buffoonery, lots of goonery. There's a surprise at the end for me.
There is a fun surprise for you. I think you're gonna love it. So it's gonna be a surprise for all of you too.
A birthday surprise!
Yay! We are filming this very close to Gus's birthday, so feel free to say happy birthday or that you hate them in the comments below. No kidding. You can't be mean to them on their birthday. Come on, this is the one time, YouTube. Come on. They're gonna be like, well, it's even more of a reason for me to hate on you actually because it's your birthday, and oh, whatever, it's fine.
So, if you don't know what Monat' is a multi-level marketing company that sells shampoo. Monat stands for modern nature. which I think is hilarious. Modern Monat.
It doesn't roll off
Nature.
the tongue. Whatever, it's ugly. And it makes people's hair fall out according to several lawsuits. So I would avoid it at all costs. You see a Monet girl in your DMs, just block, because she's not gonna get it if you try to say no, unfortunately.
She will keep DMing you.
So we have a lot to talk about today, so let's just dive in, shall we?
Let's go. I never could dive.
Me either.
Content warning, multi-level marketing financial claims, mentions of IVF, poverty, hunger, and genocide.
Let's talk about this income disclosure statement from 2022, the most recent one that we have.
All right, so where do we start?
I think the most important column here is that very, very top column right underneath all of the descriptors, the market partner area.
And in all of this, I think also the most important category is the median and not the average, which they have highlighted. Because of course they would highlight the category or whatever that's not skewed by the top ranking people. Of course.
Of course. So in 2022, 91% of the company was a market partner. So that's the very first bottom rank of the company. For most multi-level marketing companies, this is what it looks like. The majority of the people are at the bottom rank, making the least amount of money. And in Monat's case, like you said, the more important number is the median gross earnings. So we're gonna take a look at that because that's the very center number of every single person that made money at that market partner rank.
So for market partners, the median annual gross earnings is $34 annually, not including how much it costs to get into the company. None of that. Not for any of the shampoo. No, $34.
But the Rejuvenate oil!
But that's in the middle. That's not even like the lowest of the paychecks. That's like the middle, the true middle.
Of 90% of the people. Thousands and thousands of distributors.
Oh, but all of these reps are gonna tell us that this is such a good opportunity and the products are wonderful and oh, we should just join Monet right now.
If you just worked harder, then you would be at those top ranks with Christa and Jacqueline and whatever the fuck their names are.
You just shove enough Rejuvenate oil up your ass, you will make it to the top.
Let's start with the rep who last year was the 10th top earner of the company. Her name is Britty Rose.
Today, I'm gonna get this kiddo up and we are gonna show you a hair tutorial on how to perfect the flow.
And she's the one who says that she retired her firefighter husband when he actually refused to take the vid vaccine. And that's why he had to leave. All right.
Okay, girly pop. I'm pretty sure you would have loved it if you had that dual income. He wasn't being compliant, mate.
Like, if you're a firefighter, there are certain rules that you have to listen to, and he didn't listen to them, and so he either resigned or they fired him. Not sure which one it was. You were not able to retire him. That just makes the story sound better. So this reel is Britty in the shower, and the text reads, everyone's constantly talking about the new way to make money online, and she's using Monet products in her hair.
But I've been making a full-time income from my phone for the past 7 years by going all in and partnering with a one brand.
It's not a fad, it's hair care, and it will be here for years to come. I actually don't disagree with that because I feel like Monat's downfall is a very slow one. I don't think it's like Elamir that kind of just like popped out of nowhere and then kind of disappeared. I think this one was a big enough MLM to where they can still kind of use some of their credibility for a few more years, but it's gonna die. Just like the rest of these companies. it's gonna die.
The only reason you've been able to make money on your phone for 7 years is because you've recruited enough people to get to the top. And good for you, I guess, but that's not good for like all of the people in your downline.
I think it's unethical. It's completely unethical and ridiculous that people still are saying this kind of stuff when they come from a company with an income disclosure statement that looks like the one that we just read.
Like $34 median for 91% of the company?
But let's go back to it really quickly so we can see what kind of money that Britty's making. Britty is likely at the senior executive director rank with a whopping 0.01% of folks.
Her median annual gross earnings would be $1,180,201.
So she has an incentive to continue to say these kinds of things so she can keep making that kind of money. So you know what, Britty? Why don't you keep all of this up your butt with your Rejuvenate oil? I don't want to hear it anymore.
A few moments later.
Monat's hair care, parentheses, and opportunity will never cease to amaze me. 7 years of a full-time income working from my phone, sharing products everyone uses daily. It's really not rocket science. If you're interested in learning more, DM me opportunity and I'll share some insight and answer whatever questions you have.
What if I ask you about the income disclosure statement? Will you gaslight me?
Honey, this is definitely not rocket science because rocket scientists get paid steady income.
But you know what's funny? A lot of these compensation plans for these multi-level marketing companies, these start looking like rocket science because they make no sense and they're ridiculous, and I think that's on purpose.
It's a lot of numbers. And you already know my brain doesn't like that.
Not only numbers, but like terminology and all of this stuff. It's a lot. It's a lot. Okay, we're gonna move on to another queen of Monet. This is Christina Smallwood.
We are live from my casa. I'm in my content era, okay? The less time you have, the busier you are, the more people you're around, the more successful you will be.
Who does hair for Tamra on The Real Housewives? Okay.
I'm in cosmetology school, and honestly, I'm just gonna be so real with you guys right now. Like, she's my inspiration. I want to be just like Christina Smallwood.
Oh!
That's what I've been telling my teachers.
Oh!
Just like Christina Smallwood.
Oh!
Now, Christina, tell me how I can be just like you.
Is she on your vision board?
Of course she is.
Okay, let's just read this post really quickly. February. Why you want to be my beauty brand partner? Point 1. You can get $311 worth of products in a business starter box for only $149. Hey, yeah, Christina, if you're gonna sell it to me for $149, it is not worth $311.
That just means you priced it up before.
I'm not impressed by that at all.
2. Receive a $150 shop code to use next month on any products you want.
3. Receive free training with world-renowned industry expert. Never been done before. Yeah, this expert is Eric Worre, exploitative asshole, which you can get his trainings for free online if you really want to.
So never been done before my ass, but also this industry expert is a sham. It's a sham. This is a sham. Oh, but point 4, get a jump start and earn a trip to Tulum.
Is the airfare included?
Airfare not included.
Airfare only included if you make as much as Christina Smallwood. Like, girl, come on. Here's my favorite thing about this. Her caption starts out with, "Hear me out."
No, it starts with comment work. And then it says, "Hear me out."
You're really hitting us with the "hear me out," Christina. You don't hear yourself.
Like, desperation is the word. It is.
Comment desperation. Yeah, I don't want to be your brand partner, Christina. I've seen this income disclosure statement. I am not interested.
I want to be just like Christina Smallwood.
Then you can join Monet for the low price of $149.
And your soul.
And one of your kidneys.
Don't tell me! Say it ain't so!
Can you tell people why you're excited?
I'm freaking out right now because this video is the best thing that I've ever seen in my life, and I think it's so funny. I've been thinking about this for like 2 weeks, and I keep singing the song, but Val knows exactly, like, you know, this is what I'm quoting this, not the song. Okay, do we have to sing it? Do we get to sing?
You have to sing along because this is a copyrighted song. So you're gonna have to give them the vocalizations. So this is our good friend Salvaged Soul.
Our good Judy.
Our good Judy Salvaged Soul.
I can't tell you where Kate Middleton is, but I can tell you where you could find a bomb-ass deal on the products that took my hair from. Stop waiting for the right time.
She blocked me at some point in time. I think she was saying something on her stories like, okay, seriously, I am asking a genuine question. How is network marketing different than working at Target? And I was like, well, when you work at Target, you don't have to try to recruit people. Blocked.
Okay, get it, girl.
So I guess she didn't want an answer to that question. So Miss Girl is posing, looking off into the distance, and
she's like,
it's kind of like a take on the thinker pose, you know?
This is real modeling, guys.
You have to have the leg up and you have to have the arm up.
Jay, we need help.
But it's like by your eyes. So like you're giving face.
Tyra Banks who?
Tyra who?
You want to be on top?
All right, POV, me talking to Monet when I decided to say yes. Yeah, because Monet is an individual entity, a person. He looks like Stuart McMillan, and his breath smells like cheese. Okay, so we're talking to this guy.
You've got a fast car. I got a ticket to anywhere. Maybe we can make a deal. Maybe together we can get somewhere. Maybe we can make it better.
Here's what I love about this, okay? There's layers. There's layers of poetry, okay? Because Monet offers you a Cadillac if you get to a certain rank.
And also, people love to say that Monet or the multi-level marketing company, whatever, they love to say that it's the vehicle to success. You've got a fast car. Monet's has a fast car.
In multiple ways.
I mean, she kind of ate with this one. I'm not gonna lie.
Art!
Can I be upset? Like, no.
You know, every once in a while, the reps can do something good, funny, etc. You know what I mean? We're not just trying to act like they are the worst people on planet Earth, but they are doing something wrong.
They're promoting something that is not good for 99.7% of people that are in the company. They're doing false advertising for their scam. Just because they're making money doesn't mean that everybody can.
And in order for them to make money, they have to act like everybody can, which is even worse.
Speaking of Christa Parney, Val found a cheeky Reddit post that has some good info. Okay, it's called Monet is Tanking. How do we know? A novel.
We're gonna put this post in the description because it has a lot of interesting information, but we're not gonna be able to talk about all of it here because we have a lot to go over. So we're just gonna go down a little bit to the part where this individual talks about Christa Parney.
2 years ago, Salvaged Soul published a live where she said that she and her downline had sold $131 million in product during her 5 years in the company, and that most of this was in the last 3 years, meaning 2019 to 2021. I'm totally guessing, but I'd estimate she collected $35 million on average in those years. At the time, she was around the number 5 earner in Monet.
This year, she published another reel bragging that her downline sales volume is now 175 million, an increase of 44 million in 2 years. But this would only represent 22 million a year in revenue, far below the 35 million plus that she was doing previously. She's also now the #2 income earner in the company. So she's personally increased in company rank while simultaneously decreasing rapidly in revenue.
This doesn't take into account that several countries have been added to her portfolio in this time. Australia, New Zealand, France, and Mexico, I think, have all opened for operations in the last 2 years and added large volumes of MPs to her personal downline. None have boosted revenue to previous USA-only averages.
Salvaged soul Christa is also hustling lately. She's working very hard for someone who should be relaxing and enjoying passive income at the top. And we completely agree with this. She's always on her stories, always making reels, always trying to tell you that this is where you can make $1 million in a month. And it's absolutely ridiculous and disgusting, and it's desperate.
Speaking of desperate, Make It Make Sense reposted a live stream that Christa did in which she talks about this exact topic.
Sometimes I reflect on myself and my approach of things, and I think that it could come off in a very almost desperate way. And I think sometimes it is. I'm desperate for people to have the change in their life that I've had in mine.
Okay, so these next two that we're gonna watch are going to be not as fun as the last ones that we watched, because what they're saying is very frustrating, and this is the kind of stuff that we talk about when we say that network marketing is preying on people who are desperate for a solution. Even if that's not what these two women are doing intentionally, they are both hitting a lot of marks that people really want solved in their lives. So this is Jacqueline Goldrich. She was #1 in Monet last year. And she's very trendy, very cute, kind of like a Jacqueline Hill copy of a Kim Kardashian copy of etc.
She just knows all of the classic pain points that exist because of the capitalistic system that we live in. She knows how to get people to buy into Monet. There's text on the video and it says things my online business paid for this month.
My mortgage.
My fertility treatments.
My car.
My workouts.
My Skims addiction.
My travel.
Organic groceries. First of all, why are we still supporting Skims? Kim Kardashian is a terrible person who has very recently posted a reel about, oh, I'm Kim Kardashian, so I have a tanning bed in my house, and
Not in her house, in her office.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Kim Kardashian, and I have a this, and I have a that. Literally, while millions of people across the world are suffering because of genocide, and that is in the forefront of people's minds now more than ever. And so this, I feel, is a lesser example of that, where sure, it's not as audacious as what Kim Kardashian is doing, but it's still saying, look at what I was able to get paid for because of what I'm doing. If you do it too, then maybe you can do it. And that's fucked up. We all looked at the income disclosure statement before together.
Y'all saw that $34 median. And also, if anything, multi-level marketing is making achieving those things in the list that she gave harder. It's making it harder to achieve them because they're putting all of their money into Monet instead of those things.
And let's talk about it, because mortgages, food, IVF, all of those things, unfortunately, are not things that everybody has access to, and more people are losing access to them because of inflation and because the wages are not going up at the same rates as prices of everything. And she knows this, and she's trying to use it as bait to say, here, come to Monet, you can get it, when you can't. Unless you are like her, or Christa, or Christina, or Toni Van Schuck.
Toni Van Schmuck. Toni Van Schmuck.
So this next one is by Brittany J. She is another top rep in Monet.
Hey guys, come get ready with me using my company's brand new.
And if they would have held out longer, they would have been successful. I've seen it so much.
And she just had a baby. Congratulations. Of course, the first thing she's gonna do is try to shill Monet with this baby.
Not the Monet baby. Is she gonna put Rejuvenique on his little feet?
Probably.
Oh no.
Probably.
No.
So she is in the video in a rocking chair with her newborn child rocking back and forth. Congratulations, Brittany. Very happy for you.
That's great.
That's great. It says, they say network marketing preys on vulnerable women.
But network marketing put a direct deposit in my bank account.
Bigger than my entire yearly corporate salary.
While I was in the hospital giving birth to my son.
And I didn't have to think about maternity leave or childcare.
That is my prayer for every woman.
Then fight for it, Brittany. Fight for maternity leave. Organize. Start picketing. Start working. You can become a part of a grassroots movement to make things better for women in the United States, for all parents in the United States. And yet all you're trying to do is get people to join your downline so that you can make more money.
And you don't even have to do all that. You can, just not be in a scam. That would definitely be a start.
So I think it's really interesting. There's some comments on this post that I wanted to read. So somebody replied to Brittany saying that the ethics of multi-level marketing companies are not great and are guilty of taking advantage of vulnerable moms or young women who are strapped for cash and pulled in without knowing the risks.
So Brittany replied, what about the ethics of corporations who underpay women and men and offer very little benefits to new moms?
Yeah, what about it, Brittany? Doing anything about it? You actually trying to, teach people about the problems and try to fight for better maternity leave options? No? Is this just whataboutism? Seems like it. So this person replies, not taking the bait, you are basically describing network marketing. And Miss Brittany says,
girl, bye.
Because she doesn't want to hear it. Because this kind of lifestyle is funding her pockets for her Louis bag and her Skims and her this and her that. And so she's gonna say whatever she needs to say to keep that going. And that's disgusting. So this last one actually comes from an anti-MLM creator, the Op Cost Pod. And she is going to explain why she thinks Monet is in its downfall. With some evidence, let's get into it.
They have been all the rage until there were a series of lawsuits that came out alleging that Monet made people's hair fall out. Monet Huns like to claim that this is just natural shedding or it's postpartum hair loss. Monet leaders are desperate to try to shift blame or change the narrative and keep propping up the idea that Monet is a good business opportunity. In fact, they're so desperate to convince people of this that they're putting in extensions and trying to convince their followers that they're real here. And I have the evidence to prove it.
Looks like she put color on it, went to a good salon, got color, and got extensions. Nothing wrong with that, but you can say you did that.
Not if you're in Monet, you can't. You have to put it all on the Rejuvenique oil and the shampoo and the conditioner and the weird technique that they use to wash their hair.
Okay, bestie.
I just thought you'd love that because you're in cosmetology school and you'd know instantly that those are extensions.
Those are clearly extensions, and if you look in the comments, people aren't being fooled by it either.
Extensions are the best, and you're using extensions. It's extensions. Total halo extensions. You can see the line it causes close to the front. Nothing wrong with it, but don't lie to people. That's only because you're using a certain hair product. And she has the audacity to reply, unfortunately, you are incorrect. I am not wearing any extensions at all. No halos, no synthetic hair at all. It's all mine. 6 years of Monet. You're in cosmetology school.
I only just started learning about extensions, and not even through cosmetology school, it's through something else. But it looks like extensions, and there's nothing wrong with extensions. But she's like, Monet, the Rejuvenique. Girl.
So yeah, the Monet leaders are trying everything that they can, from extensions to hitting all of the pain points, or singing Fast Car, the cover by Luke Combs, the original by Tracy Chapman.
You got a fast car. I told you Christina Smallwood is my inspiration, and I think this might be the last time you see Gus on the Clown Town. I'm gonna be a Monet girly now. They did it. They done did it.
This is actually gonna become a Monet channel where every other video is gonna be you, like, doing Monet stuff, and I'm gonna be making fun of you for the rest of it.
Yeah, Monet is not doing very well. The numbers in the income disclosure statement prove it. Liza Minnelli lies! The Liza Minnelli lies.
Okay, everybody, we're back. Weren't we wrong about there being a slow downfall?
Slow downfall my ass.
Honey, if that was a slow downfall, then I am a monarch from Britain.
If that was a slow downfall, I'm straight. And I'm definitely not, so...
Let's start with the top 10 for 2023, which was released a few days ago from filming.
Okay, so number 10, we have Ivy Carnegie.
Great name, not great to be a scammer. Love the name though.
Good name. And number 9, we have Brittany Rose. Our girl, our bestie, baby boo.
My pickleball queen.
My pickleball girl. Ah! Pickleball? Pickleball?
She actually moved up from 10th place. I'm sure she's happy about that. I wonder if her paycheck has stayed the same.
Or gone down.
Number 8 is Kendall Weldon.
Oh.
I mean, he could be walking down the street, I wouldn't know a thing. Sorry to this man.
Number 7 is Anne Fisher, who looks like she could have been the author of a children's book, but instead is doing this, okay?
Yeah, Anne Fisher would be a great children's book author name.
6th is Ashley Drissy. 5th is Julie Stevens. 4th is Christina Smallwood, your inspiration.
My inspiration. I love this woman so much. No, but honestly, I think my inspirations have shifted.
Oh!
Because there's a new bitch in town.
Who?
Mix number 1, Christa Party. I'm sorry, I want to build boof-ass furniture just like her.
She literally said, I didn't know how to build an end table. Somebody asked me to make an end table, and I charged them for the end table. Okay.
Okay, bestie.
So 3rd place is Sarah Hill. She's also somebody that we know, and not a great person. None of these people are, because they're doing horrible things by being number 10 through 1 of a multi-level marketing company.
By then, you've seen people come and go. You've seen it. You know what's going on.
And 2nd place is Jacqueline Goldrich, who was in 1st place last time. And taking the crown, the Monet crown, is Christa Party.
What did it cost?
Everything.
Bad for her. We hate her.
No, we hate her, but it's also kind of funny.
We hate her.
It's funny.
Somebody who dropped out of the top 10, who was 5th place, was Brittany. She's in a lot of content with Jacqueline. They're pretty close.
Wait, what happened to Toni? Isn't she usually number 1?
Not number 1, she's been slipping, but she's up there usually. So that begs the question.
Where is Toni?
Where did Miss Van Schuck go? Okay, because she was like
Miss Van Schmied.
Because she was like the first distributor, like one of the Monet girls who was pushing it for a long time.
Where'd she go?
Where'd she go?
Where'd she go?
We have theories and we're gonna talk about them at the end of this update. But for now, let's keep it rolling. To the lawsuit!
Sorry, this thing is funny.
Because it's bad person versus bad people.
This is just my opinion. It's like, oh, I'm not getting any money from this thing I created, so I'm gonna make it go to shit so that no one can make money from it without me there.
Stuart McPetty.
Stuart McPetty. petty is so real because like, oh my god, like he's like, oh, I was talking about all of the ethical problems beforehand. Yeah, fucking right, Stuart. The second your hand wasn't in the pie anymore, you struck. Sorry, I'm getting way too ahead of myself.
Before we talk about the lawsuit itself, I just want to bring up something really interesting that just happened to coincide. If you totally don't believe in astrology, I completely 100% respect that. You can absolutely skip forward a little bit if you don't want to hear about it at all. I do want to mention that this information came out the day after a full moon, and full moons astrologically tend to be like revealers of things. It's like the light is shining on something that hadn't been shown upon before. So I think that goes really well with this lawsuit. I want to point out that the last time we had something like this, where the full moon brought something out in the anti-MLM community, do you remember what it was?
No.
It was the horrible thing that happened with somebody who was in Q Sciences.
Oh, the cannabis thing?
Yes.
Not the cannabis thing. They thought they were taking CBD products and then they took a drug test to get into a firefighter academy. And lo and behold, they did not pass the drug test because these products had THC in them.
Which they proved by taking the products to a lab and having them tested. They had double the amount of THC that they did CBD. And so that information came out during a full moon as well.
I'm not gonna lie, the funniest part of this to me is that Stuart is claiming that the Ordinetta family run their business like a mafia family and unprincipled crime syndicate. I'm sorry, that is so funny and so fucking dramatic. Like, on one hand, like, did he kind of eat? Yes, but like, also, sir, you ran a Ponzi scheme. What the fuck are you talking about? You're one to talk, Stuart McFuck.
Also, let's just say, if they were running the business like an unprincipled crime syndicate, how long were you a part of that for? And how much of the culture did you create of that, Stuart? Whatever. I think that this is a very fascinating lawsuit and there's a lot of interesting stuff that comes out from this. The Ordinettas are obviously probably going to fight it and we'll see what comes out of it. Just the language that's used there, that's like total YouTube clickbait title, like
we couldn't have written a better like clickbaity title for any of this. Like he just handed it to us. Monet, unprincipled crime syndicate. Thanks, Stuarty boy, that works perfect.
You know what? We have to be real though.
Oh, be real?
Thank you to McStorty Boy's lawyers. Because y'all were the ones that wrote that. Thank you.
The lawyers were kind of girly pop.
The lawyers kind of girly popped very close to the sun, but not too close that they burned. This is great. So why is Stuart claiming this? One of the reasons is that the family employs different family members to no-show jobs, which is actually something that we called.
Tell me, what in the McFuck is a senior consultant of culture?
Sounds like a no-show job to me, just so that you could employ your daughter and make her as a part of the company.
Not only a part of the company, a part of the C-suite of the company.
So we kind of called that, but Stuart obviously has more information than we do, and more information will come out because subpoena, baby! He also claimed that they pay family members under the table with Monet money. I'm sorry,
just like,
it's like we're at like a restaurant in Philadelphia and we're like a crime family and we're just slipping money under the table at like the restaurant that we're like allowed to go to because the mafia family has like ties with the restaurant. We still got to keep it casual though because other people go there, you know, under the table.
The table.
Come on. We could not have made this up ourselves.
This is all in the lawsuit. We are not making any of this up. Like, there are transcripts.
Savannah Marie went through the transcripts on a live stream that she did. Christina, CD Beauty Hunter, also did a really good video going over the Monet lawsuit. And so I'm gonna put anything that I used for figuring out more information about this in the description. The Opcost Pod also put something really good on her Instagram, so I'll put all of that in the description.
The thing that I wanted to say, they used Monet money, according to the lawsuit, to not only pay off credit card bills, but a room service tab in Dubai for $50,000. How? how expensive, like, are you just getting bottles of Louis the 13 or some shit?
What the fuck?
Lobsters every night? Like, I cannot, like, I can't fathom spending that much money unless I'm like giving it to someone else to do something good. Like I know other people could do better stuff with that money than me. Palestine, Sudan, Democratic Republic of Congo, they all need help. You know, if I had a lot of money, I'd be sending it that way. But
room service and private jets.
Okay.
Did they really need the private jet?
Baby, come on. Who do you think you are? What's that guy that likes the private jets because everyone's our demon?
Kenneth Copeland!
Okay, Kenneth Copeland.
So here's also something interesting about this lawsuit. The Ordonez also own the company that produce Monet products. Stuart is claiming here that they are using that company in order to shift profit over there. They're doing this by marking up the cost of the shampoo. And so instead of Monet getting the majority of the money, this other company is getting the majority of the money, which not only screws over the distributors, it screws over Stuart.
He has a profit sharing agreement with the Ordonez, so like the less money the company has, the less money that he gets. So if they're shifting money to the other company, that's less money that he can dip his toes in. So of course Mr. Stewarty Boy would get mad.
Yep, and so that is basically the overall premise of the lawsuit. Stuart is claiming that the Ordonez are holding profit that he's owed. The reasons that they're claiming that they're not giving him the money that he's supposedly owed is because he allegedly broke an agreement that they made in order to get that money. Stuart, he claims he never agreed to it, but the Ordonez are still withholding the money for that reason. One of those reasons was for being on a Zoom call that his daughter was on. His daughter still being employed by Monet. This girl was swiftly terminated. And then they told Stuart, you're not gonna get your money because you were on the thing with your daughter.
I just feel like that's a setup. If you didn't want them to interact and work together or like whatever, then like just fire her when Stuart leaves. But no, it feels like it was a setup so they wouldn't have to give him his money. I'm not on Stuart's side, okay? I don't like Stuart. He ran a Ponzi scheme and he's a piece of shit. But I'd say when I think something fishy's going on.
The other reason that they want to withhold profit from him is because he held this religious event called the Lighthouse Collective. It was supposed to be Monet unaffiliated, but a lot of the people who were at the event and who were speaking at the event were Monet affiliated.
Toni Van Schoik.
Toni Van Schuck.
Hey everybody, it's Toni Van Schoik. I am here in beautiful Clearwater, Florida for our first inaugural faith-based leadership event. I'm so proud to be helping out with this event with Stuart McMillan, Todd Duncan, Jamie Winship, Connie and Phil Sanchez, and Derek and Rachel Roth.
Stuart claims that they tried to ruin the event because he tried to hire Monet's DJ and somebody else that works with Monet. And the Ordonez told those two vendors, if you work with Stuart, you will never work with Monet again. So they had to pull out.
Oh, wow.
So one of his claims is that they were also trying to ruin the event. Messy Stuart McPetty. Stuart McMessy.
Also, Stuart McSmarty Pants claims that he was advising the Ordonez like we're potentially violating ethical and legal regulations, both with the shampoo product ingredients, stuff like that, and with the business model and how we're running things. Like maybe we should change things, but he claims they just didn't listen to him. Stuart, I don't think you said shit. I think that you stopped getting money and got upset.
Anyway, he's also filing against the Ordonez for defamation. So yeah, that's the biggest chunks of the lawsuit, and we're gonna put a lot more information in the description, including the link to the lawsuit if you want it.
Okay, so there also is a little bit of drama and tea surrounding people leaving / getting kicked out, question mark from Monet. Now, where is Toni Van Schoik? What happened to Angela Sumner? Haley Stell Turner? I don't know her, but her post got a lot of traction and people talking about it, so I'm like, okay, let's go Pookie.
But also not let's go Pookie because she's an Olive Tree People now, so.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, here's the main tea. Haley Stell Turner and Angela Sumner both were terminated from Monet. We're not exactly sure why Angela Sumner was terminated because she didn't exactly state it, but it could be the same reason that Haley Stell Turner was terminated, because she actually stated that she got kicked out because she was working with olive tree people.
And I have a feeling it's the same thing for Angela. But Miss Angela, of course, she's saying, oh, I had it on my heart to leave Monet. I was thinking about it. I was asking questions, blah, 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 blah. It was on my heart. God was telling me. And I was going to send the email, but when I went to send the email, I had been fired. Oh, isn't that just so funny?
Yeah.
Spooky, no one believes that. At least I don't.
Haley Stell Turner kind of said something similar in that she had been feeling this kind of uneasiness for a while, aka cognitive dissonance. I think that's what that's called. But I will say it takes a long time for some people to realize the truth when they have been indoctrinated in the ways that Monet can do to people, in our opinion. It's just interesting that she admits, oh, it took me so long to make this decision, and you know, I don't know. It kind of doesn't look too good that she got terminated. Now she's trying to say, oh, it's a decision. Like,
Because that whole time she says she was questioning, she was shilling the products like nothing bad was happening.
Right.
It's not like there was like a dip in the content. She was still talking about Monet like she was a for-lifer, like it was the best thing that ever happened to her. So that's why we're confused. Had there been a drop-off, maybe we would have seen this coming. But that's just my opinion.
So Haley Stell Turner said she was really disappointed with Monet's trajectory in general, and in the company not following through with their clean beauty promises. Now, this is something that the anti-MLM movement has talked about for a long time, but finally it seems like more and more distributors are actually asking questions, checking labels, and not allowing themselves to get gaslit by their uplines.
Also, Angela Sumner said something about how when someone in her downline lost her hair, and we're like, we've been telling you that! But like, at least she's saying something. Jesus Christ. I hate that it had to happen to one of her downline for her to believe it, but at least she freaking believes it now.
At least she's admitting it now.
Yeah, at least she's admitting it now.
But it does suck that for so long she made reels about how like, oh, well, if your hair falls out, it's just detoxing.
It's just detoxing.
It's just postpartum hair loss. It's just the thin hair that needs to go. And now that it's convenient for her, now she's gonna tell the truth.
I cut these bangs to here back at the end of December 3rd. So just FYI, and how fast my hair grows with Monat. Look at this.
See, that's why I'm kind of not buying the whole thing, because of how she's been acting.
So, like you kind of said, Angela said that she was going to leave. Sure, honey. She said that Monet was demonic? She didn't really explain why Monet was demonic. I would love a little bit more info. Like, is it because Stuart left? Are there pentagrams in the Ordinette's home? Like, what is happening? Are there ritual sacrifices? Can I join? No, I'm just...
Are there moon rituals?
She used to do those. She was a witch. Yeah, Savannah Marie made an amazing video. Please go watch it. Last thing that we're gonna talk about is the great mystery of Toni Van Schoik, okay? Somebody needs to get Sherlock Holmes on the case right now. He needs to put all the pieces together because our 4 brain cells have not been able to do it. We do think that she left. That's
my gut feeling.
That's our unofficial clown opinion, gut feeling type beat from the things that we're gonna show you. But we don't have official proof, and on her Facebook, it still says Monet, S-E-D, aka Monet Senior Executive Director. This was just posted on Facebook a few days ago, 4 days ago as of me screenshotting it yesterday, so the 5th. Y'all, it's been a season, and a challenging one. A time where I thought I could trust, and people showed their true colors. Karma is coming. Be prepared. Jojo Siwa, karma's a bitch. I should've known better. If I had a wish, I would've never effed around. Okay, and then on the picture that she posted with it, it says, don't trust people who tell you other people's secrets.
Like, damn, Pookie, who are you?
Who hurt you? The Ordinetta family, I believe. I believe it was the Ordinetta family.
I believe the Ordinetta family, she has beef.
I think they have beef.
I think they have beef.
I think they, because look at this next post.
Look at the next one.
Okay, because you think, oh, if there's beef with Stuart, she wouldn't be posting Stuart, right?
There's Stuarty boy.
So she is at the Lighthouse Collective event, the one that they want to not give him the money for. And this says, and she's right next to Stuart McShillen, smiling, cheesing. She says, we are entering an amazing time in a fueled history. I wanted to personally thank Stuart and Todd Duncan, my two favorite men outside my hubs.
Relationships are everything.
Tell me if that doesn't show you some loyalty to Stuart in some way.
She would have deleted that if she was subtweeting him, no?
I think she's subtweeting the Ordinetta family.
Me too, because one could say the same thing that the post said about Stuart, but I don't think she's saying it about Stuart.
So here's the last one that I found that I thought would be relevant. It was posted on March 30th.
I'm seeing so much fear-mongering lately. Real entrepreneurs do not do that. Instead, they connect and know their true value.
I agree with you, Toni, but everybody in multi-level marketing fear-mongers. I can't believe that you're not somebody who would do that, but this just seems pointed.
Yeah, this just seems very pointed.
Because then you look at Christa and how she's posting, all the other top leaders and how they're posting, and it's very much like, you need to do this for you and your babies, like right now, like yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, don't you want to make your future better for you and your babies? And it's like, oh God, I need to make my future better for me and my babies. You know what I mean?
Me and my babies. I must feed my child.
Please, I have to take care of the child.
He has food on
He
his
can't
head.
only have an orange. Please. Despite all of this that we've talked about here, the lawsuit, the rumors, the terminations, all this bad stuff, all of these leaders that we previously covered are just continuing forward.
You have to be the vessel of confidence for other people to be successful in whatever you're gonna do. You gotta give it to them.
Let's unbox a business. Happy May. I am so excited.
March on. They're just going for it. Britty and Christina made posts that were alluding to the rumors in which they talked about the truth regarding the numbers that Monet Corporate recently put out.
AKA not actually addressing the rumors at all.
And not at all. They didn't address anything. Update. Right before we finished editing, Christina Smallwood posted a live talking about Arbonne products. This could be a sign that she's trying to pivot. Let us know what you think.
I have an Arbonne rep, okay? And she's amazing. The greens, okay, so that's the thing. Like, all these drinks are delicious. Like, all these drinks are delicious. And I know people go nuts when I post about it on my stories. They're like, why aren't you having Monat'S greens? Like, how do they compare to Monat'S greens? And I'm like, well, basically, I just will drink whatever greens are coming at me and that I'm being told like I need to have. So it's not like I'm choosing one over the other or whatever, but they are delicious and they pair them with this like berry hydrate. All the Arbonne girls call it a glow parties, all that stuff. And now I've experienced it and I'm enjoying it. So anyways, you gotta DM Haley, okay? And I'm gonna save this, but anyways, yeah, I'm like, you know, she supports me. She loves the Monat hair care. So I'm open to all the questions and DMs, but however, if you're gonna ask me if it's better, if you're gonna ask me to compare it so you can screenshot it and all that stuff, like I'm obviously aware of all that kind of stuff too. So I'm not gonna say anything's better than anything.
Also, of course, Christa Parney bragged about being #1. Like, why wouldn't she? We all know her around this town, so of course she was probably like, oh my god, yay.
Just like that. And finally, Brittany and Jacqueline are bragging about making money while sitting at home with their babies and putting makeup on, which, as we talked about earlier, is just not the reality of multi-level marketing. But they're gonna continue to pitch it to you until the money runs dry, which it's starting to seem like that might actually be sooner than we think.
Karma's a bitch! rich, and I think you're all gonna get some.
Let's be clear. I do not want any of these people to suffer. I do not want anybody to be left without a paycheck. However, I believe that all of these top leaders that we covered have some money saved and are going to be okay if the company closes. And sometimes I believe in trying to reduce harm. And by Monet closing, it would reduce harm by not letting any more people enter the system.
And like, of course, it would suck for anyone that does actually make money off of Monet, no matter how small of a number of people it may be, for them to lose their paychecks. But at the same time, that's just always kind of a gamble in multi-level marketing. You can get shut down at any time, you know what I mean? And that's just kind of how it goes. And honestly, I'd rather it get shut down and people that have been making millions for however long, I'd rather they live on their savings for a little bit and go back to making tables than have thousands and thousands upon thousands of people suffer.
Yep. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this retrospective and update. If you liked the video, you can drop a like in the description, let us know what you think, and hopefully subscribe so you can see more videos like this. See you next time.
Bye.